Yeah, I think it's fair to say things are getting a little weird at the FBI.
To my friend Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother. We have the watch. And I'll see you in Valhalla.
Huh? As of course, that's what a lot of people are asking after the very kind of weird behavior recently at the FBI that's being reported on by Axios. That's talking about people being fired, rehired, and then fired again, as they describe this as erratic and arbitrary retribution. As of course, we called for cleaning house. Is this the actual cleaning of the house that we're getting? As right now, left-wing political violence and corruption to a lot of people is going completely unchallenged. All of this is happening as Candace Owens is coming out with more theories, as now she's talking about 12 cell phones from a certain foreign country. Can you guess which one? That she's describing that allegedly maybe have something to do with Charlie Kirk being taken down. What in the world's going on here? What's the FBI doing? As Kash Patel just tweeted about John Bolton, as it looks like there might be potentially no more indictments. Huh? As MTG has come out and is talking about the major problems that MAGA and the Trump movement are facing. All of this as she now might be throwing her hat into the ring. What in the world's going on here? Well, we're going to be talking about that, all the latest election fallout, and a lot more, all here on this independent media broadcast. If you appreciate these types of conversations, subscribe, click the notification button. We, of course, greatly appreciate all the time that you spend with us. As of course, let's just get right into it. Here's what Candace had to say. She's releasing a video now in the making of me making this video, but this is her latest type of theory.
I can now, beyond a shadow of a doubt, confirm, putting my name on this. Not only can I confirm this, but I can publicly challenge the very Zionist occupied Trump administration, who is aware of this, to deny it, to come out and say, no, that's not true. And if Kash Patel is done crying about the mean tweets on the internet regarding his sensational singing girlfriend,
That's been a whole big drama. It's kind of been a little bit of an embarrassing saga, to be quite honest. We covered it before, and we kind of came to the conclusion, whoever's giving Kash Patel PR advice, they're not doing a good job. Whoever his press secretary is or his messaging person, using the official FBI account to talk about how your girlfriend is a rock star, not the best use of funds and time, to be quite honest with you, especially with so many people having serious questions about the legitimacy of the FBI, which went down dramatically after the Epstein saga. And it's one of the many reasons why I believe they not only got cleaned out during yesterday's election, but why a lot of people don't trust them and why a lot of people have serious doubts and questions about what happened to Charlie Kirk. Now, of course, Candace has a lot of questions. This is the one that she's kind of getting into, talking about, I could prove it. Okay, what is it? What is she getting into?
can also certainly make the time of day to deny what I am saying if it is untrue. Ladies and gentlemen, there were, for whatever reason,
wait for it,
12 Israeli cell phones on the ground at Utah Valley University the day that Charlie Kirk was assassinated.
Okay, it's probably from cell phone data collection records. It's like, oh yeah, these phones were from Israeli people. They were there. There's 12 of them. What was it, like was it like a couple hundred or 3,000 people attending this Charlie Kirk event? Some of them are going to be from Israel. Okay. Okay. Give me more.
This has completely spooked the people that are very high up in government. Now, to be clear.
What do you mean spook the people? Who? Who did it spook? Now, again, Candace probably has some sources. Good that she had sources, but I don't get the big picture here.
I don't mean that there were 12 VPNs that were switched and routed through Israel on that day. I mean that there were 12 personal cell phone accounts that were opened in Israel, okay?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people at that event. Some of them are Israeli. Some of them were maybe born in Israel. I was born in Poland. Some of them have Israeli, foreign devices. Okay.
Like you go into Verizon in Tennessee or in Connecticut and you open your phone. I am saying that they opened their phones in Israel, those accounts in Israel.
Look, I like Candace. I really do like her, but I don't get what she's like. Okay, 12 people had Israeli cell phones. That doesn't really prove anything.
And they were on the ground on September 10th at Utah Valley University when Charlie was shot. Now, the NSA knows this. Kash Patel knows this. People in the current administration know this, and they are desperate for some reason to stop that information from being released to the public. Why?
Why is it relative? Now, if there actually is an attempt by someone in government trying to say, yeah, we got to hide these 12 cell phones, that's a big story. That's it right there. That's the lead. Government trying to hide, but I haven't seen that.
Because they're the most transparent administration ever? Is that why? Is this like Jeffrey Epstein transparency that we're...
And this is what I mean. I didn't even watch this clip until watching it now. The whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. Again, people are like, it's nothing. It's water under the bridge. People will forget. No, they do not. This is a way bigger deal. And even Mike Cernovich was making a big point about this a few minutes ago on social media. I'll pull it up. I had it on my social media feed. As he came out and said the Epstein files were a huge liability and more than anything else cost Trump enthusiasm and support, extreme enthusiasm, extreme support. That he, as he's responding to Dave Smith, that talked about in a lengthy post, talking about MAGA. Now, listen, I don't know how the details are unfolding here. Who's the source, and what exactly are they trying? What is the effort to hide? How is there an effort to hide? That's what I want to know. I just want to know more details here because otherwise, I'm kind of not getting it.
We're getting, because that's what it feels like. It always seems that on the topic of this one nation that's only the size of New Jersey and has done nothing wrong ever and was truly the greatest friend to Charlie right up until the very end, never put any pressure on him.
Yeah, that propaganda is being called out. The Jerusalem Post even, and all these other people were like promoting fake news. TPSA staff were like, hey, no, this is not real. This is not true. Stop it.
Suddenly, everybody abandoned their values. If there's nothing to hide, then there's nothing to hide. Maybe the cell phones belonged to some exchange students. It's possible. Maybe 12 Israelis were touring UVU on that day because, I don't know, Utah Valley University is a place where they maybe wanted to attend in the future. Maybe 12 American students had Israeli-based cell phones because they had just come back from...
Now, correlation doesn't mean causation, but this even is a very loose correlation. And again, we know that what we're kind of insinuating at here, we kind of know, but like, I need more than that.
A summer abroad program, and they wanted to keep their Israeli cell phones running when they got back home to Utah. I don't know, but I'd like to know. In fact, we need to know the answer to this question. Why are they hiding this information?
Okay, who's hiding it and how did they hide it? That's what I want to know. Can we find that out? And then we could come to a bigger conclusion here. Now, I agree with her. The best disinfectant is sunlight. More sunlight, the better. We need more transparency. We need more accountability. I know the judges are ordering gag orders here. I know the judges are talking about getting rid of the cameras in the courtroom. Erica Kirk talked about how she doesn't want that to happen. And the judge is going to be ruling on that. I disagree with the gag order. The FBI has talked about how they're not going to deal with any conspiracy theories. They should, especially with the public trust that they need to rebuild back. They need to rebuild that trust. That trust is long gone. All right? And it's gone because they lied to us. And some people say it's gone forever. I say it's worth fighting for. Every mind, every little thing is worth fighting for, in my own personal opinion.
And why and who did those 12 Israeli cell phones belong to? I don't like secrets, especially when they pertain to the public execution of my friend Charlie Kirk.
Now, Who are these 12 people? I don't know. A lot of people are saying, people are responding here. Liza Trainer says, I think if it's Israel and if they wanted to take out Charlie, they would have just poisoned him. He would have had a heart attack, and then that would have been the end of it. Listen, they work in many different ways. I mean, there's many different types of like psyops within psyops. Anyway, before getting into the MTG and some of the other things that the FBI is doing, according to this Axios document, before getting into that and this Michigan thing that also people are having some questions and doubts about, just really quickly, we just wanted to tell you about the bestpoliticalshirts.com. We just launched a new shirt that says, don't try to New York our Florida. Coming from a New Yorker that moved to Florida. Hey, yeah, gates closed, guys. Say bye-bye. See ya. No vacancies. I'm kidding. I like New Yorkers. I'm a New Yorker. This short shirt is, of course, meant towards a lot of people fleeing New York right now aren't liberal, aren't Democrats. A lot of them are more right-wing centered, and personally, I welcome them. But I think it's funny to talk about how we do not want New York to come out like Florida. That's why we made this shirt, thebestpoliticalshirts.com. It's our brand new shirt, just fresh off of the presses, just came out now. It's available for purchase right now, as well as the shirt that I'm wearing right now. This says defund the ATF. Lots of really great. If you want to find it, type in ATF into thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And then you, of course, will be able to get the shirt that I'm wearing right now. That gets a lot of support. People are like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, man, I absolutely agree with that. Hell yeah. Florida has a lot of nice people, a lot of respectful people, a lot of people being nice to you. You know why? Because a lot of people are able to protect and defend themselves. New York City, you can't do that. You can't do that at all. Pepper spray, illegal. Interesting. Any type of armor, illegal, which is absolutely crazy. Thebestpoliticalshirts.com. Go out there, support us, and support finding your own tribe in your local community. Now, people are writing that UVU has about 900 international students from 80 different countries. And again, that's a lot of foreign students. Are 12 of them from Israel at the college? Yeah. Someone's responded here. Were they dancing? People are saying, well, 12 people using Israeli cell phones. Were they tourists, students, visitors? Most Israeli travel abroad keep their Israeli SIM card active for calls, texts, and apps. Some may roam internationally, meaning their phone still show as an Israeli number. Most cell phones now come with digital SIMs, so you have multiple SIMs on one device without actually having a physical SIM device. Some have 2 SIM slots. Some have now virtual SIMs. Lots of it is pretty possible here. Do I find this the smoking gun to prove the conspiracy here? No. I need a lot more. I still want to know who's covering it up, covering what exactly, who's doing it, and what's going on here. I think that's a question that is worth asking, as there's a lot of accusations and a lot of pressure being put on this FBI. And listen, whether it's the DOJ or the FBI, I think it's fair to say here that a lot of the expectations are being not met here. As Axios writes, erratic and arbitrary retribution. FBI agents rip Kash Patel's firing. As the FBI Agents Association issued a scattering rebuke against Director Kash Patel on Tuesday, maybe this is a good sign, calling his recent firings and reinstatements, why are you reinstating them, of several agents erratic and arbitrary retribution. Allegedly, there was a guy fired that had some kind of like political sign on his desk or whatever that may be. The association, which represents 14,000 agents, including over 90% of all active agents, joined a long list of federal personnel condemning the Justice Department's ongoing personal purge of the administration seeks to target President Trump's perceived enemies. Yeah, the FBI was extremely liberal. They went after parent-teacher school conferences and were like, yeah, those Catholics, we gotta stop and investigate all those Catholics. An agent simply being assigned to an investigation and conducting it appropriately within the law should never be grounds for termination, the association said in an emailed statement. Well, what if that's saying, oh, go, infiltrate the parent-teacher conference? No, like, dude, they're just parents. Like, come on. Like, this is crazy. There's actual people out there pushing for violence. Let's stop them. Listen, there's a lot of whistleblowers that came forward that were fired and prosecuted. Where was this association when FBI agents came forward and said, no, the Hunter Biden laptop story is real, and they were gagged and they were told to shut up? Where was the FBI association then? Huh? Fire all of them. Fire the association immediately and promote people who were the whistleblowers. Director Patel has disregarded the law and launched a campaign of erratic and arbitrary retribution. A lot of people are saying that Kash Patel and Dan Bongino aren't at the helm of the ship, that they're being subverted by other FBI agents. And if that's the case, that explains why there are kind of arbitrary firings. We haven't heard a lot about the firings. I think we need a lot more firings personally, and we haven't heard a lot about them that I've been seeing. FBI agents deal in facts, and we urge Director Patel to do the same. You guys were firing whistleblowers. When leadership abandons due process, it doesn't just erode trust. Again, it's just like these open blanket statements here. As we're seeing that a D.C. judge is now preventing some of these firings. And again, fire as many as you can, as fast as you can. As Dan Bongino talked about how they arrested a third additional suspect in Michigan, as there are some interesting news reports talking about how there's a lot more to the story than we're actually being told. A lot of just propaganda, a lot of disinformation out there. As Kash Patel just tweeted this, saying, quote, "No one is above the law," 6 hours ago. And if there is one thing that the DOJ actually did, it's actually just going after John Bolton. As Kash Patel tweeted this article saying, Iran hackers taunted Mr. Mustache, John Bolton, about stolen files that were allegedly classified. Fox News Digital reviewed the unsealed affidavit supporting the warrant to raid Bolton's home in September. Iranian hackers taunted former National Security Advisor John Bolton about files allegedly obtained from his emails accounts that were classified. Yeah, if that's the case here, this is the guy that was like wagging his finger at Trump for having classified documents. This guy lost classified documents and gave it over to the Iranians. Yeah, what are you doing as you're lecturing people about keeping classified documents secret? The article goes on, wishing good luck to Mr. Mustache as they threatened to leak the materials. An unsealed search warrant affidavit reviewed by Fox News Digital revealed Bolton pleaded not guilty in October to 8 counts of transmission of national defense information and 10 counts of retention of national defense information. He had been indicted on 18 counts related to the improper handling of classified information. It was July 2021 when Bolton's assistant contacted the FBI via email to alert the agency that Iran had obtained access to Bolton's email accounts, according to the affidavit. Interesting. As right now, Robert Barnes facetiously says the indictment is on her desk. Just try to get it. Just tell her to just about to get to it. Yeah, I heard that one before. We heard that one. As Pam Bondi, the head of the DOJ, says, during Arctic Frost investigation, we found that special counsel seized President Trump's government-issued phone. That means the Biden administration turned over President Trump's phone to special counsel, an unprecedented action. In addition, special counsel subpoenaed all of President Trump's personal phone records. We can never again allow this kind of government weaponization in America. I submitted these new documents to our partners on Capitol Hill. I commend our team at the FBI for working diligently to expose this. People are saying no more posts, more arrests. Talk is cheap. Yeah. Seth Weathers, cool. Anyone being arrested? Yeah. When is that going to happen? The last American vagabond. So when is someone being arrested for all the social media announced crimes? So far, the number is 0. Well, no. We have Letitia James. We have John Bolton. There's way more, though. I mean, we're talking about low-level retired players that don't even amount to any kind of really kind of huge government conspiracy. And there was a lot of government conspiracies, like the people stealing Trump's phone, all right, and taking his records, especially during an election cycle that they know President Trump's going to be running for the next presidency of the United States. You're giving that to the opposition campaign that's running up against him. This is Nixon, Watergate level type of crazy corruption that should have charges associated with it. Where are the charges? Pam, what in the world's going on here? Of course, that's a question that a lot of people have, and I don't think that question's ever going to be answered here. I think I know what's going on. I'll get into that in a little bit. Anyway, thank you so much for getting the t-shirts, supporting independent media, speaking your truth. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys buying the t-shirts, supporting me, watching this video. And I want to ask you, what do you think's going on here? Let me know in the comment section below and engaging in this conversation. And this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more, all here exclusively on youtube.com/wearechange.